Hey, so welcome to episode 38 of the Spiritual Seekers podcast. I'm doing this one as a video in addition to a regular podcast because I wanted to pull some cards and do a reading for like the year and also a guided meditation, in addition to just talking and filling you in on recent things. I'm taking a course. I actually just finished taking a course on the 8 extraordinary meridians and stone medicine with Sarah Thomas at the Upper Clarity, acupuncture school, but it's really super cool. And she's out of North Carolina, and she understands the crystals on a molecular level on how they heal the body, with including like the sacred geometry of things and tuning into the frequency of it and the imagery of the cellular aspects of the stones. It's just so freaking cool because I always believe in crystals, but to have more understanding of how they work and why they work. So that's been like the focus of my stuff for the last couple of weeks, because I've been trying to finish that course and it took a long time. And then I also have been working on the Divine Feminine course. So I took off yesterday and today to just start with the notes for the class. And from there, I'll organize it and figure out how the hell it's going to all look in the end. But right now, it's just dumping all of the information, and I'll sort it out next. So it's been like a lot of brain activity, and it's exciting, and I'm very excited about it. So working with the meridians in this way with the stones is so cool, and I've only just begun to play and practice with it. And yeah, so that's what's happening in the short moment. And then like maybe COVID is happening. I have to get a test later to see if I'm carrying it. Obviously I feel fine, but like on Monday I had a headache and my husband went down hard with like aches and chills. So he got a test, but those results won't be back until Friday, and today's Wednesday. So I have to find out if I'm carrying it, just to make sure for my own clients. But luckily I had off today and yesterday to work on the Divine Feminine course. So that's really good. But yeah, so thankfully I didn't get hit hard if it was COVID. It was just a headache and tiredness on Monday, which is my day off. So that all worked out. So before we get into the meditation, I wanted to pull some cards. I grabbed some stones, and I have the healing properties of the stones already set aside on Google. So I'll read off to you real quick what I get when I read off the stones. But the cards, like there was 3 decks that I used, but I couldn't pick one. So I picked 3 from each deck, and I figured in the moment I will pick one from, like I have 9 cards altogether, but I'll pick 3 as the reading, because otherwise it would take me forever and ever. So see which of these 3 want to be read. Okay, first card is from the Angels and Ancestors deck, and it's Guardian Angel. You are not alone. I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring in the background, but she's on the couch, not far behind me. And if you go on YouTube, I'll post this to YouTube then when I'm done. The second card, Fertility, Ostara, from the Goddess deck from Doreen, Virture. And the last card is from the Divine Feminine deck, which I only learned about a few months ago. And it's Inanna, the Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. So, Guardian Angel, you're not alone. I'll read the book too. Ostara Fertility, perfect time for you to start new projects and access new ideas, give birth to new conditions. And the last card, Inanna, Queen of Heaven and Earth. And it says, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. So I'll go into the book and read what it's broken down as saying. But let's see. I did readings last week for people. I just decided I had time, and it was like a good way to end the new year, end the old year and start the new year. So I offered like a $25 special for a quick reading, and I overworked myself because it's always more time and work than I think it's going to be. But I was doing this where I recorded videos because it was just more efficient time-wise to record the video and deliver the messages instead of trying to transcribe them and type them and copy and paste and whatever. So That's when I thought maybe I should do the next podcast episode like this. So, okay. First card. This is the deck, Angels and Ancestors. Watch for signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that they're close by. Remember, they're working hard to guide you. The Guardian Angel card shows the white feather that has become known as the Guardian Angel's business card. Whenever a white feather appears in your life or this card appears in a reading, it's a message to say your guardian angel and ancestor guides are particularly close at this time and are there to support you with their love. If you've asked for help with a particular situation, know that there is divine intervention in the works. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in all their past lifetimes and will be in all the lifetimes to come. So know that you're never alone and will never be alone. This card is a huge reminder that there is always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and here to aid you in all of your endeavors. In order to fully receive their support, first ask for it, then surrender to the process. Know that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good. I tell this to clients all the time. A lot of times I'll have people that are new to their spirituality coming to me for a session. So these like basic foundational things are things that I say repeatedly because it's not basic to them. It's new to them. So I'll be like, call on your archangels, call on your guardian angel, call on your angel team, your ancestors, your guides, angels, everybody, like call on them. They respect our free will. They're not gonna interfere until we invite them to help us out. So this is just a good reminder for 2022. Call on your support team. They're here for us. So that's the first card. Don't forget to call for help. They're happy to help. My friend and teacher, Maura, she first taught me about that. And she's so fun in how she talks and delivers information. She's just like, they're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs. They're waiting for you to call on them. So I always reiterate that message. Okay, next one, Ostara Fertility. And this woman is like spreading seeds. She's got a basket of eggs in her arm. She's got rabbits around her. Ostara, that's where the word Easter comes from. So the little message on the card itself says it's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Her message: springtime is any time when the light increases within your mind and entire system. If you feel dark, heavy, or depressed, then you can lighten up by fueling yourself with positive intentions, nutritious foods, and anything that sparks your feelings of love. Surround yourself with beautiful flowers, brighten the colors in your wardrobe and home, and draw back the curtains to let in natural light. You can paint sunnier outlook within yourself, which will give rise to all sorts of new opportunities, since like attracts like. Feel more energized and powerful as you spruce up your inner and outer worlds. Then capitalize on this increased vigor by starting a new project that really makes your heart sing with excitement. Various meanings of this card. One of them could be pregnancy, or you'll be involved with a successful child conception, adoption, or custody resolution. Your desire will fully manifest in the springtime. There will be a resurrection of the old. Your new idea or venture will be successful. It's an opportune time to make life changes. And about her, she's the Teutonic goddess of fertility and springtime, who's sometimes called Estor. The words East and Easter were both named after Ostara because of the reference to the sun rising in the east and the increase in sunlight beginning in the Celtic springtime. She's celebrated during the spring equinox as the bringer of increased light and the balance between nighttime and daytime hours. Call upon Ostara to increase your fruitfulness, fertility, or to help you embark on new ventures. So, calling on your guardian angel and trusting in their support and acting and taking steps towards creating whatever is next for you. For me, it's my divine feminine course. And also I'm looking to expand and rent a new space, a secondary space to work out of. So that's another thing that I'm putting out there. Now this book is organized differently for the divine feminine book, but I found her. Okay. Inanna. And this deck of cards was written by the lady who wrote the Mary Magdalene. I can't think of the title, but it's whatever. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it. Meggan Watterson is the author, but it's a cool Mary Magdalene book about the Mary Magdalene gospel. Inanna is I think as far back as time goes, I think that she's one of the original goddesses, or mother goddess or earth goddess or whatever. It's in my notes. I don't have it mastered yet. So it says, Queen of heaven and earth, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. And we'll learn about her now because I'm going to read about it. Inanna represents the power that comes back to us when we accept and integrate our shadow. Inanna was the most prominent female deity in ancient Mesopotamia. See? At the height of her worship around the Uruk, U-R-U-K, period of 4000 to 2000 BCE, temples and shrines dedicated to Inanna line the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Her name is Sumerian for, quote, Lady of Heaven, quote. Her temples housed her priestesses, and they each would take a man to bed with them on the spring equinox to reenact the divine marriage between Inanna and her consort Dumuzi. The heroes Gamos in an ancient ritual of uniting the opposites from within, the male and the female, the light and the dark, and most especially heaven and earth. This theme occurs in accounts of Inanna's descent into the underworld to find her sister Ereshkigal. She must take off an article of clothing at each of these 7 gates so that when she finally reaches her sister, she is naked. And when Inanna ascends, she does so with Ereshkigal's power. When your soul selects her card, Inanna goes into the depths of her own unconscious to merge with her twin sister self. She becomes more powerful because she is no longer using conscious psychic energy to keep her shadow or negative attributes hidden deep underground. She courageously descends and faces the aspects of herself that are hard to get to when she's fully dressed or cloaked heavily in the ego. Inanna is an invitation to get naked. She wants us to drop our defenses. She wants us to see how holy and sacred it is to be vulnerable. As above, so below. This is an alchemical adage that suggests heaven and earth are not so separate. It suggests that within us, deep down in the dark cages where we place parts of ourselves, the truths that exist, there also exist right here on the surface of our everyday lives, like the micro and the macro. So if we are exerting great amounts of energy to keep from seeing our shadow, it is actually playing a large role in our conscious life. When we can face what we think is dark or negative about us, I mean, really embrace it and see it for what it is, a beautiful broken place that's a call for love, then we can emerge more whole. We can marry the light and dark aspects of our being. And in uniting with our twin sister from the depths, she can stop projecting her onto other women. We can see and own the hot mess we often are and not get sabotaged by it. The light must cast a shadow, and the high priestess is the one who gets called to love them both. The soul voice meditation. Can I love my shadow as much as my light? Intention. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. That's really awesome. So you're not alone taking the steps to begin new things, and trust and know that it's all good. You're good and you're bad, you're light and you're dark. It's all good. It's all perfect. And also a reminder that the shadow and the light and the male and the female, like all of it, it's like an imperfect balance and necessary. One isn't better than the other. Integrating all aspects of ourselves. All right. The other cards I picked were Our Lady of Guadalupe and Mashig Labdron, which is a Dakini. I don't know. This one was also cool. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego and beliefs to feel free. My ego beliefs to feel free. And the Our Lady of Guadalupe or Guadalupe, I am safe and divinely protected. I'm held in love at all times. The other 2 goddess cards I got was Kuan Yin, which she's a big heavy hitter in the whole goddess teachings and the divine feminine. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that's within everyone. And Bridget, who's badass, and I love her. It's because of my Celtic roots, but she's like, don't back down. That's what her card says. And she's holding a flame, and it says, stand up for what you believe is right. And the Bridget cross is behind her, which is a cool, I don't know, you'd recognize it if you saw it. And then the other 2 cards I got was Heart Guardian, Love and Let Yourself Be Loved. And this looks like Mary Magdalene because she's got like a red robe wrapped around her, and she's got the Sacred Heart. And then Starry Ancestor, and it's got the Egyptian pyramids in the background. And it says, follow the voice of your soul. So all of those also combine. It's just awesome, but I wasn't going to read every single one of those 9 cards because that gets a little bit much. The crystals that I grabbed was a citrine Vogel, and a Vogel crystal is when it's like carved with lasers and it's like perfectly pointed and clear, and it's a very direct and strong tool. And this Vogel I put in my front yard to charge over New Year's. And when I picked it up, I saw an awesome rainbow inside it, like an inclusion that I was sure I never saw in there before. And I love when that happens. Crystals are living. They don't seem like they are, but they are. That was one of the points that I loved about the class I took, because she was really giving a voice to like what we know about stones and energy. Okay, so the crystal citrine, just to read a quick thing about it. Natural citrine provides a cleaner and smoother vibration. It can provide powerful healing on many different levels. It doesn't absorb negative energy and therefore never needs to be cleared, it says. Heightens self-discipline and will, attracting professional success and wealth. Highly protective. I always think of citrine as being focusing. You know, it's big on abundance. It has a joyful vibration that transmits outward to those nearby, making these crystals ideal for any setting. Working with citrine can help one to overcome depression, release anger, and learn effective communication skills. Citrine can also activate one's imagination, bringing more creative visions to a clearer mind. It can enhance one's optimism in any situation, bringing a more positive outlook into the conscious and subconscious mind, which allows one to step into the flow of things with better results. Citrine is often credited with attracting synchronicity by opening the mind to new ideas, discerning which are most likely to succeed, allowing those to develop, and following through with them to their happy conclusion. The other stone I grabbed was Numite, which is a dark, like a black stone that's got a little bit of shimmer in it. Numite has a history of being a powerful protective talisman that can shield one from negative energy, black magic, evil deities, curses, and spells. This stone will replenish one's aura with purifying energy that'll help clear one of any negative vibrations that may be attached to one's etheric body. And then Sugilite, which is a cool purple stone, and it's believed to generate positive energy to protect against and overcome negative emotions and situations. Thought to be a nurturing gemstone, it offers release from worries. It also promotes positive emotions to help relieve stress, establish peace of mind, and emotional healing. There you go. I just brought them in because I love integrating crystals into what I do. So now we'll do a meditation, and it'll just be a simple, like kind of like my standard relaxation meditation, but it's always helpful to tune in and get quiet and do these things with intention. So I'm going to pause for a second from the video, and I'm going to get a drink of water, but I'll be back in a second. Okay, so get yourself comfortable in a seated position or lying down. Sometimes when we lie down, we fall asleep all the way. So maybe don't lie down, get a pillow behind your back and close your eyes, get comfortable. I often sit crisscross. But if you want to put your feet on the ground, that's always good because it helps keep you grounded. So yeah, get comfortable in your body and start by taking a big deep breath in through your nose and hold it at the top. And then release. And just call in your guides, your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones, whoever you want present to surround and support you. I'll picture angels in each corner of the room I'm in, and then outside of the building I'm in. I picture a bright white light surrounding the space I'm in. That's it's intended to be impenetrable. And if anything can penetrate it, it has to be of love and light. It has to go through Jesus and Archangel Michael or whoever you want as your bodyguards to your space. So just wrap yourself in that light of protection. There's a thing called the violet flame, and it's almost in that same color of that Sugilite stone. And you can picture this beautiful purple flame going through your whole home and surrounding till it's giant. And the dog just did a big inhale. She always is right on sync. So you can just picture that flame coming through your whole space, and you might even hear it crackling as stuff leaves. So just you're surrounded and supported in this safe and comfortable energy. And in that space, continuing with the deep breathing, you could drop energy out your feet, almost like you're dropping an anchor deep into the ocean, and just feel that anchor dropping all the way down into the core of the planet. wrapping around. Some people visualize the core of the planet as being a giant rose quartz, which I think is cool. Whatever you picture. And then kind of wrapping it around that core and pulling that energy up and picturing that energy ascending up through these tendrils of energy that you just dropped into that anchor, pulling that earth energy up into the bottoms of your feet, up your ankles, shins, calves, your knees, up your thighs, your pelvis. And you could put attention at where your root chakra is, which is the base of your spine. Picturing it, if you picture the colors of chakras, which can vary, but depending on where you live in the world and what your beliefs are. But for the sake of today, I see root chakra as red. There's another chakra below your feet, earth chakra. That would be like a brown kind of a color. You picture that chakra kind of open. Picture the root chakra open, red. So that's like at the perineum. And the direction of energy is towards your toes. So just picture that energy kind of anchoring into the earth. And then whether it's spinning evenly and brightly and up to the sacral chakra, which is orange at your reproductive areas. There's a front and a back. It looks like a tornado for the sacral chakra, all the way up to the third eye chakra. They have a front and a back. So you could picture this healthy orange spinning open in the front and the back. And if it's not clear and even on both sides, kind of watch and wait till it balances out. A lot of times we hide stuff in the back or we're not even conscious of it. So you had the healthy red at the bottom of your spine towards your feet. Now you got the orange front and back up to the yellow chakra at your solar plexus, which is kind of where your ribs meet. That's your power center, your sense of self, self-esteem. Accepting that you are a powerful person, that you're able, releasing any fears or worries anywhere that you've given your power away. Releasing at the front and the back, a little vortex of energy, a little tornado of energy. Clearing you front and back up to your heart chakra, which comes across as green, sometimes pink. Loving ourselves fully and completely as our imperfect human selves. Releasing any guilt, any anger. Out the front, out the back. Again, the back, we hide so much stuff. One time I saw like tar on a girl's back. It was like so murky and mucky and gross. And she was going through so much stuff. And, don't stifle things down, express them, feel your feelings. Write them out, burn that paper, whatever you got to do, get them out. So releasing out the back of the heart, the front of the heart, loving yourself fully and completely. It's also love for others, romantic relationships. It could be for the earth. It could be for different causes. It's all our love. There's another, like a secondary chakra above the heart, below the throat. High heart, sometimes I hear it called. You can picture that opening up. The crystal Amazonite is perfect for this spot because it's kind of like expressing the heart, and things get clogged up in here a lot. It's kind of like where I have a necklace like that. It's, the typical necklace length where it's like the middle of the neck, between the neck and the chest. That spot, it can get clogged up. So release out there, front and back. So that kind of, sometimes I feel like it's like a turquoisey green. Chrysocolla is another crystal that's good for that spot. Releasing front and back, knowing that you can and you're able and you're allowed to express the feelings of your heart. And up to the throat chakra, pale blue. Clearly expressing, communicating, being good with your boundaries, saying no when you mean no, saying yes when you mean yes. Communicating honestly and kindly. You don't have to be a jerk. You can just be clear. You're being kind to yourself when you're communicating clearly with others. How you deliver it, that's where you can mess it up, but clear that out front and back. It's like a healthy pale blue. Angelite is a good crystal for that. I always see angelite there. Back of the neck is another secondary chakra. Zeal point, voice of God, just different names for it. It's kind of in that nook between where the head meets the neck, the occiput. That's connected to our intuition. Picturing that opening up, and there's like a little staircase that connects up to the third eye. So picturing the third eye opening up, that's like an indigo color. And you could almost sometimes picture it as an actual eye opening. So it's like, whoop, the eye opens, looks around, maybe you clean some gunk out, maybe you add some Visine, use a squeegee, clean that third eye out. Maybe you even see it as a crystal. Maybe it looks like a gemstone that's shiny. To me, that means you're a light worker. In my experience, that's how I see light workers. And the stone color varies. This doesn't mean it's a purple stone or blue stone. It could be different colors. But however you see it, clean that eye out. It's safe to see. While we're here, you might as well clean out our ears too. It's safe to hear. Picture like a giant Q-tip, even though you're not supposed to stick Q-tips in your ears. Or like a bottle brush. Picture like a bottle brush going through your ears, both sides, cleaning out those ears. Sometimes you might hear high-pitched frequencies. That's like an intuitive download. So whenever I hear those high-pitched frequencies, I just say thank you. I have no idea what I'm being downloaded with, but I trust that I'm getting a message. So you can do the same. And now the third eye we did, now the crown, top of the head. Sometimes that's white, sometimes that's purple, sometimes it's both. I think chevron amethyst is perfect for that because it's purple and white, but also clear quartz, lepidolite, whatever. Lapis lazuli and sodalite are good for the throat and third eye. And probably the crown too. Usually it's upper chakras are one thing, lower chakras are another. They kind of mix and merge. So the crown chakra opens up like a big flashlight of energy. So you just see this beam of light at the top of your head. And if you don't see that beam of light, encourage it to open like a camera lens, just seeing that lens opening wider. So now you can see this beam of light coming through the top of your head, connecting us to the divine realms, the heavenly realms, spirit realms, whatever, connecting us to universal energy. And pulling that light down. So now we're clear from that energy going up through our feet, through all of the chakras, beaming out the top of our head, and now pulling in that heavenly energy, that divine realm, the spiritual God light through the top of our head down. And if there's any little leftover gunks that haven't been cleared out front and back from the whole chakras all the way down, let that light carry it out. So picturing that light come down your third eye, clearing it out your ears, out that back part of the head, the throat, the heart. And you might even picture it or might feel it down the heart, solar plexus. They kind of spin out and like little bits break off and kind of go away. And you could encourage it to just go away, get transmuted. The angels will carry it off. If you feel like you want to collect it and throw it into a cauldron of fire, go ahead. All these little bits that don't serve us anymore are welcome to leave now. Sacral chakra, root chakra, earth chakra. And there's that star chakra above the crown too. So you could picture another chakra that's off the body above the head. So I'll see the star chakra above my head opening up, and I'll see the earth chakra below my feet opening up, and the rest are opening as well. And it's like you're in this egg shape auric field full of light. Sometimes I like to think about plucking a guitar string as if they were all on one string and just pulling it. Maybe you'd pull it from like the chest or the solar plexus and kind of snap it back and let everything shake off with that vibration. Clear your energy. You could put a sieve through your energy, collecting those stray bits and kind of tap them out into that cauldron. Filling yourself up with light. And then you could encourage this like honey kind of light energy pouring down through that star chakra above your head, this central column of light going down and kind of oozing out and just filling you up with this golden light. And then also picturing like effervescence, like champagne bubbles, kind of clearing that whole egg-shaped auric energy field. So just seeing yourself getting rinsed in these bubbles of high vibrational energy. So doesn't that feel awesome? So you have this equal pull from the energy of the earth pulling up and this energy from the heavens pulling down. And now you're balanced and bright, no longer carrying the heavy stuff that you came in to this podcast with. So with that, I will leave you, I guess. Maybe while you're here in this high vibe place, sprinkle those seeds, like that second card, that Ostara card, sprinkle your seeds of what it is that you want to see come into fruition before 2022 is over. We're only, the day this will be released is January 6th. I don't know when you're listening, doesn't matter, but you can use this high vibe place to set your intentions and picture what it is you want to see come together before the New Year's Eve ball drops before 2023. So I hope this was fun and insightful and calming and wonderful and all that good stuff. And I'll see you next week. All right, bye.